Like, hello. Oh wait, Algren, you're the host. Go.
Yeah, no, it's completely fine. But yeah, hello, welcome everyone to our first ever episode of DUPOGCAST, the definitely unbiased podcast of Gucci and storyline talent. Yeah, I am your host here, and my name is Algren. I think it's also the first podcast ever for Gucci. We will be talking about sort of all things SLE, but also obviously Gucci developments whenever we feel like because so it's our podcast, so we can do what we want. Yeah, I'm obviously not alone here. You already heard his voice, and we also have another beautiful master of Gucci here. We've got Sovonix, and Savage
Hey yo.
Nikas. How are you guys?
Fantastic. Thank you so much for the introduction. I'm super excited. We're going to be talking about loads of different things today. And also, I mean, may focus with SLE as it is starting this week. So, super hyped.
Yeah, Sovonix, you were on a holiday for a long time. Now you're back and back with more content because you said you were kind of stepping away from the SLE as a player at least because you've been still part of casting, and I think that's opened up a very exciting opportunity for you there. I don't know if everybody knows yet, but I think you've been invited to cast the UCAL, right?
Yes, UKEL is, I'm going to be casting the Division 2 part of that. I'm still waiting on when that, no, like my debut for that would be, but yeah, super hyped in the group chat, and yeah, excited for that. And Mikus is here too.
Yeah, of course. I don't forget about how you make us.
I'm doing great. Excited to have this first Gucci podcast on the way. I think we're gonna do this weekly, or at least every second week, to talk about some things Chi, things SLE, and couldn't have better company than Sovonix and Algren here. Yeah, how Ace wrote the voices of the goats and Algren.
Oh well, I thought I was about to say thank you, but yeah, okay. No, glad to have you here too. I guess, but yeah, no, I was talking now. I was asking Sovonix about moving on to better things, I guess, from this league, because it's always not that bright when you're playing solo queue. I heard last time that you were not really playing the game as much anymore because you don't know any of the new items. So you must have improved mentally so much if you're away from solo queue. I might have to make that change.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I tried to play some solo queue on my Smurf accounts, and I do not miss solo queue one bit, one iota. So I'm happily sitting in my retirement. I mean, I'm definitely a more pleasant person to be around.
I can completely understand that it's a absolute hellhole there, but that's not what we're going to be talking about, right? You can already see it here on the screen. Here, we got plenty of stuff to talk about today. The teams were announced yesterday, so there's a lot of them to cover. But we will first go through a little bit of an update on the Gucci of things. We have a lot of developments that we are doing and want to do in the future. Also touch on an interview with Flay. Then we go through the teams, interview Yin and Yang. So stick around for that. I see some of the people already around in chat, so that's going to be really fun. But yeah, the Masters of Gucci. You guys have obviously the most information about this, but we're participating in a lot of leagues right now. Yeah, is there some juice you guys can give us about this?
Mickers, I'll let you start because the NLC logo is the first one there, so go for it.
Yeah, NLC right there. We have an NLC roster. I think for some 2 months already. We have been screaming hard. Today we're actually trying out our second coach, and we have already played in an NLC Open ladder. Sadly we haven't qualified for the division stage yet, but the ladder itself is very exciting, and I've been trying to schedule a game against one of the Mad Lions teams, Mad Lions Koi, I think it's nowadays, and yeah, one day we will get that on Gucci stream as well. So exciting times. I think it's one of the best teams we have ever had in Gucci under Gucci brand, if not the best. And yeah, how about the Valence League, Adrian?
Yeah, Valence League. This was a bit of a fun one, and kind of one of the leagues that we didn't really touch, as we were mainly based in the SLE, and we're kind of looking around the same level. And one league that was, level wise, it is below SLE, CWL, and the other Discord leagues is Valence League. And my life partner, Steph, she had a lovely group of friends that enjoyed playing the game together, and I kind of threw out the suggestion, like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if you guys like played a league together? And so I was like, hang on, Valence League is perfect for them, it's their level. And then they've improved so much as a squad. It's got Richie, then you've got Billy in jungle, Steph is mid, Lars, who actually isn't part of the friend group, but he joined later on and he's fitted in like a glove. I love that guy. He's so lovely. He's 18 years old, Swedish AD carry, and I'm quite hopeful for him. I imagine one day he could reach the heights of the SLE. But yeah, Lars is the AD carry, and then Yenbu is the support. So a really great squad. I think they're playing their third game of the Valence League later today. So yeah, they're 1-1 right now, and great, would be hyped to see how they go. And make us our SLA. I mean, we don't need to break it down too much, as we'll break it down later on in the cast, as we will be speaking to both Yin and Yang. But talk to me about the Swedish online league, because they have some familiar faces on their squad.
Yeah, I would say the Swedish online team is basically Gucci Yin from last season. The SLE champions kind of transitioned into the Swedish online league. They just changed the midliner. Kim Jensen was swapped out for Rain D, also a very familiar face in SLE. And this team is absolutely stacked as well. They have had their struggles at the beginning of SOL so far, so they definitely need to upgrade. They're kind of griefing some games right now, but I would say the potential is absolutely there, and if we would ever have like a Gucci Cup or something like that, they would give NLC team a run for their money for the favorites of that tournament.
Ooh, that's a big call out. So I mean, I think honestly we might have a show match between those two teams in the near future, because that would be fun to watch. But Algren, what do you think about their choice of team name being was it?
I'm not even sure if it's actually locked in now. I've seen like 15 iterations so far, all based on something green. Because yeah, they had like 4 teammates that were already together and had good synergy, and then they bring in this random mid guy, and he's just completely taken over in terms of branding. I don't know if people know the Shrek man, but yeah, it's funny. It's funny. Yes.
Yeah.
What is it now? Dino Charge Green?
It's Dino Charge. Just for context, everyone, I've just put a picture of what Rain D wanted the team logo to be, and they're called Gucci Dino Charge Green. Branding wise, we were like, okay, sure. So yeah, shout out to Rain D. It's a creative one from him. And well, on your screen as well, we have some crossed out leagues.
The logo is so ugly, though.
Yeah, it's rough. It's
Okay.
rough. It is rough. But yeah, on the screen as well, we have some league or like logos of leagues that we tried to build rosters for, but we failed to. Algren, maybe you can talk a bit about the Prime League one, because you were in charge of that.
Some of these teams we failed to build rosters for, and others we've built rosters for and participated, but we're being banned for. I don't know, not German enough, I guess, but unlucky. So we just move on. I guess I just move next time before I participate, and then it's all fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, not all these projects have been successful so far in kicking it off, but I'm sure in the future we can make them work anyways. I think CWL is definitely feasible. I just have to get somebody in charge for that one. I think we for sure will be able to get a team in there as well. So if you're excited about participating in the next split of the CWL, stick around our Discord.
Oh, love that.
I think Kanza should be in the CWL league. I think he legit owns that tournament. He always wins it whenever he participates in it. But I want to clear some air about the Prime League team. It was not. I'm super sure it was not Linus who snitched Gucci to the admins of Prime League and get them banned. It was not Linus. Stop saying it. I'm quite sure it was another, maybe Yerman, but not Linus. Not Linus.
Yeah, because I was like, I don't think Linus would do that. But I know who you're thinking of, Mikus, and I agree. I feel like he sneakily come up on my radar as someone who has come up against us. So no, it's not Linus. Like genuinely,
it was not Linus.
Like as much as there are differences, I genuinely don't think it was him. But I mean, to be fair, we probably just should follow the rules of that league in future, but I mean, we'll do that another time. And as for the UKEL one, I know we so for UKEL would definitely want to do that in future, but I remember this one we wanted to build it around Kanza and Pravius, because Pravius, LFL coach, he's now coaching in the MENA region, and Kanza, or as everyone knows, former Gucci ADC. He's currently in our staff team. And we wanted to build a team around those two. Unfortunately, Kanza's not UK, so that made it a little bit difficult. We just couldn't find enough UK players. We didn't have enough time. And so that is something we definitely want to do in future. And, there's other things like maybe expansion into different games. Ew. And no, Ace, I'm never playing again. Don't have the time. Can't be asked. But yeah. That's the good.
Unless it's Age of Mythology.
Yes, Prostagma. That is the that's the Gidshi update, I guess, on what's going on.
Sounds great. Yeah, I think we can move on then, because we were going to mostly be talking about the SLE, and this was something that you actually taken up last split because you stopped playing. You wanted to create content, but you also just wanted to create a team, and it turned into 2 teams. And this split we're doing it again, but this time you've kind of passed on the project to your, I guess, new prodigy in team building creation. And welcome, Flay.
Welcome.
Hello. Thanks for having me once again.
Yeah, welcome, Flay. Thank you for joining us. As I was already talking about, so Sovonix kind of passed on this project this time onto you. Maybe just first impressions. How was the process? It's finally finalized, I guess. It's taken quite a while, but now with the roster lock-in, it's completely over. How was it for you?
I think it was definitely like a new experience, so I was very happy. I was very happy at people like Savage, Sovonix. I mean, you as well, and like all the other staff members kind of helping me out there, like left and right, because it took like a lot longer than I anticipated, and there were a lot more hurdles here and there to overcome. But in the end, I think we got like an end product that I'm like really happy about. The players and the teams really synergize with each other, I feel like, and that's something I found very important.
Yeah, synergy for sure, very important. But it was definitely you had to you had to look almost everywhere, I guess, in the discords to get these players together, because with the new rules, they were definitely one of the biggest hurdles, I guess. Have you upgraded your mathematics levels in the past weeks?
For sure, for sure. We have ran so many models, and we tried to optimize all the calculations, and we did some advanced AI stuff as well to come up with like the correct balance of everything. So yeah,
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, intelligence +1 after this one.
for sure,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
I mean, I think me and Mikis are really, really, really proud because something like this, especially with the new rules, it's so difficult. Like, you know, it's not like before where you just do tryouts, you just pick whoever you want. You have to tinker with like who's got what LP averages to calculate. Oh, this guy's a diamond 2. Oh no, he's 50 off. He's shit. He's too high. We just gotta look for 20 below. So it's a tough one. I mean, you've seen our process before. What was it about this one that made it extremely difficult to build the two teams?
It was because of there's a certain rule in the tournament that we like to join, is that you have to average all the peak elos of the players against each other. And then there's a certain average number that you have to come out to. So it's really hard when you, for instance, pick one player, then you have to keep in mind, okay, so our range of players we can pick in other roles suddenly goes from here to, I don't know, like lower or higher, depends. But in the end, we ended up going with some core players. So basically, we just decided, okay, these are the core players that we like to have for sure. And then the open spots were basically filled in with players that would fit those requirements.
Yeah, awesome. Mikis, you have a question?
Yeah, a funny thing that this off season like kind of started to turn out was like players were starting to be called expensive, like cheap and expensive players due to like the elo requirements. So like if a player is like really good and their peak elo is very low, then that's like a cheap player. You need to get him. Kim Jensen, one of the most required players of all. Kind of a solo queue sandbagger, but a very good player. Meanwhile, some other players were called just too expensive. Their rank is too high for the amount they're bringing, so we cannot afford them. So that was a funny angle.
funny one on that. Funny one on that. I remember at one point we were ideating maybe Flay becomes the support for one of the teams, and then A's just goes like, "Bro, you are expensive." I was like, "Damn, A's, that's crazy." That's great. Yeah, that's a new currency in the SLE.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. It was definitely like a fun process to go like, ooh, these are like high value. You basically, you basically had a budget, so to say. You had a budget of LP points you would spend on like picking out players, and at some point that runs out.
Yeah, maybe there's some side quests we can do in the SLE next time to gain some more currency, but not yet, I guess, in this situation. That would actually be really funny. Like if you do some like content stuff for the SLE, maybe you get the like special treatment.
Ah, I
But
see.
I probably not, because they're they use the argument of the competitive integrity, right? I think I've read that a lot last split, so probably an idea too far out there. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions for Flay before we move on to the next subject.
I just hope after 5 seasons of not winning it as a player, I hope this time Flay will win as a manager.
Yeah.
Wish me that.
Oh man, You don't have to call him out like that.
That is the dream. Yeah, I'm living my dream out through other people. That's how we
just
go
for
about this.
just for context, we have this thing called a Notion page, and we have like each master of Chi has their pages, all their achievements, and Flake's page is so empty. Yeah, which is fine, But yeah, hopefully this is your split to finally claim your title. I have a final question for you before we move on with the other segments we've got. Is do you have a final statement to put out there to all the competitors against Gucci of both Yin and Yang, and also a statement for your players that you have selected?
Oh well, I'm very happy with the players I've selected. I think they're all great players, and they're very eager to improve. So I wish you luck. I wish you to remember that it's a marathon. SLE can take a couple weeks, so make sure to keep your mental in there, and then you usually win over some other teams that go down a bit faster when they're imagining it like a sprint. So just keep together, keep playing with your people, and that's gonna be all good. And to my competitors, of course, if you can run it down as fast as possible, to make our games a bit shorter. But nonetheless, I hope to see you on the Rift.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Flay. And well, next segment.
Yeah, move on now to the main part of the show, I guess, because the SLE has started. And as Flay has already mentioned it, it was quite difficult, I guess, for a lot of these teams to figure out whether they could be eligible with the roster to participate. But as I've noticed going through the document that was shared in the SLE announcements, it was a little bit harder for some other teams, and some teams I'm not even sure they're aware that there is this rule, because they have so much budget to spare, and I hope there's some goodies they can purchase with that, because it's going to be tough for them to stay competitive in the league. But yeah, there's a lot of this. I think it's a record amount. Last year, not last year. It was technically last year, but last split there were 22 teams. Only 2 dropped out, one after 1 week, and the other one only halfway through the split, I believe. Hopefully, as Flay mentioned, everybody can keep a high mental, and there are no dropouts this time, so there's nobody who have to go through these weeks where they don't actually get an opponent at all. But yeah, there's 24 teams. It's an insane amount. We'll try to cover pretty much all of them as long as we have something to say about them, because some teams are completely new for me, but there's a lot of familiar faces. I'm gonna just pick out 2 teams that stand out immediately for me the most, and it's like that beautiful icon in the smack down the middle of the screen, actually kissing. It's Diamond and Pearl, Virgin. We were actually talking about it now earlier. Like, we have created 2 teams, right? Like, I think split 4, Virgin wins. Split 5, Sovonix creates 2 teams. Gucci wins, and Virgin probably be like, maybe that's the secret sauce. We need to create 2 teams.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't know if anyone knows their team. I won't reveal the individual players, just in case they're cooking up some roster announcement or whatever. But this Vitagen squad, now, don't get me wrong, there obviously is a rivalry, and it goes back all the way to Split 2. But I absolutely love that there is competition, not just for us, but in amongst the entire league, and Vitagen is one of the, I guess, competitors for us that bring the competition. They're fielding 2 insanely powerful rosters, 2 teams that I suspect will be at the top of the league, and once the league is finished, I'm sure we'll look back at it and be like, the 2 Vitagen squads, they're the top of the SLE, like, individually. So I expect them to really stand out, and they're gonna hit the ground running. I really do believe.
Yeah, completely agree. I love having Vitagen in the league. I also love that they're bringing 2 teams this time, so all the more matchups between Gucci and Vitagen. It's really for any new kind of SLE watchers here and participants. This is the prime rivalry of the league. It's the Barcelona against Real Madrid. It's the El Clasico of SLE. So yeah, I love it absolutely. And Even the color schemes are kind of similar. I didn't even
Yeah.
notice that.
Yeah.
So
Actually,
yeah,
yeah.
But well,
maybe I'm gonna go at it.
so what I would consider the wannabe rival of Gucci is Linus's and his usual teams. I've jokingly made a logo where I've just slapped the BLM the old BLM logo on top of his new one. Black Flag Sailors. Linus has paired himself up again with Quischi. I think Linus and Quischi is one of those, like, you know in SpongeBob you've got those two superheroes.
Wait.
I forgot.
Oh right,
Yeah,
yeah. But they
yeah,
look pretty goofy, right?
yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's Linus and Quischi in the SLE. You know, they're kind of just like, they're cool characters. You love to see them, but like they're not really ever going to win, kind of thing.
Did they solve a lot of crime?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Unfortunate.
But honestly, it is cool to see Linus back in the SLE. He didn't play last split, because I think BLM and show match was a thing, and well, Black Sailors and show match wasn't great either. But he's back, despite him calling himself a favorite. And I guess Mikas and Algren, you both can add into us. Another not necessarily a rival, because historically it's not necessarily been an organizational competitor to us, but a team that has a lot of old faces, a lot of old friends, a lot of old enemies from us is Eternal Blizzard. So yeah, you guys want to break that one down?
I can go there immediately. I think that is a very exciting team to watch, because I think the only player I don't know is, I think their starting jungler, which I think is IFX, and I think Ichi is the sub for that team. But I think that team screams aggression to me. I think now Hax is coming off of a role swap, but I've actually played some flex with him. I think he plays incredibly aggressive. I think when you think of Ogama last split, I think of Yone mid, so I think he's incredibly aggressive. And Shiki's known to play Samira and Nyla. I think this is a team, aptly to their name, it's Blizzard. Like they're the new snowball. But will he hit and connect that snowball, or will he just hit a wall and just face plant? That's the question to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to chip in on both of these teams as well. Yeah, before we go on, I think the main rivalry for Gucci with it's the whole Sanctuary org, because we have played them so many times. It's not necessarily that we like have a banter or anything like that much, but we just keep playing them, and there's so many of the Sanctuary teams. They're like shrooms; they just keep appearing, and like whenever there's like a kind of a German-esque squad, it's only a matter of time when they're gonna join Sanctuary. And we have seen like Black Lotus this season as well. They're a Sanctuary org. I think there's more like Sanctuary teams that now. I'm losing count of them, and yeah, we often face them in our waves because there's so many of them, and they are a bit of rivals, but nothing like compared to Vitagen. And yeah, for Linus's team, I think they really need to prove themselves this season. If I'm making an imaginary power ranking right now, I would rank them very low. I would say that they need to fight for the playoffs, but yeah, Black Flag definitely need to prove themselves. And I'm not a believer on Eternal Blizzard as well. Last time we saw this squad, last time we saw Loco and Chiki play together on SLE stage, I'd say they extremely underperformed. I feel like both of these players are magnificent when they play without each other, like they play solo. They're amazing in duo queue as well, right? They're duoing a lot. But whenever they join their forces, they kind of they're not good at all. And
yeah,
I'm not a big believer just yet, but on paper, of course, one of the best team that we have this split.
I think they might fly under the radar a little bit, but I really do think a team that has Loco in it will like always be one of the top teams. Doesn't matter who he's with. He's on that roster. That roster's gonna be a top team, and I think as much as Shiki hasn't necessarily proved himself that much in the SLE in comparison to what you would consider top players in the league and players that have won the title, he's still one of the best individual talents the league has ever seen. And you pair that up with someone that has championship winning pedigree like Loco, and like you said, together they haven't really shown themselves on the official stage, but behind closed doors they've definitely have shown themselves, and they're definitely a bot lane to be scared of. I think that alone already makes Eternal Blizzard a scary squad, and then when you add on top of that the other aspects of it, I don't even need to mention the fact that every time Ichi and Loco are on a team together, they do go pretty far in tournaments. So that is one thing to talk about, but I'm very hopeful for this roster, and on just as an extra layer to everything, I'm super excited that some of the returning teams like Silver Phoenix, Primordials, Solaris, Ares, who weren't necessarily breaking into the top caliber of SLA squads, have returned, and they're gonna look to Snack Pack as well. Sorry, and I mean, there's so many. Anyway, you get the point. I'm excited to see how they do on their second go at the league.
Yeah, for sure. On that point, I think for Eternal Blizzard, Loco won on Gucci in the past, right?
Correct. He
And
did.
on Litigin as well.
Yeah. So I think he's the only. Someone fact checking me on this. I think he's the only good SLA winner to have done it on 2 separate teams.
Damn,
Yeah,
right?
He is
Great.
the only one. So
Yeah,
he is a bit of a.
we were talking about the Sanctuary teams before, so I just counted. There's 5 of them.
Wow.
I wasn't actually aware, but the Wacky Rates is also one of them. And I think while we're talking about the top of the table and people who have something to prove here, it's the other finalists. They are coming back with the exact same roster, so pre-built synergy. They've already played together 4 months. Is this just immediately a ticket to the finals for this team?
I would say an absolute favorite going in the split. Of course, we have Gucci Yin as well. We're probably going to talk more about it later. But Wacky Waits with the same roster, how you say, they went all the way through the playoffs, and that's a team to definitely respect. Just the inbuilt synergy that they already have, I think they can do it. Early favorite definitely for me.
Yeah, I agree. Early favorite, and the most important thing to realize is Wacky Race. They're building off the back of last split. They're the exact same team. The rule change is miraculously completely in their favor. They don't have to change a single part of their team. They're going to go into this next split.
Are you making some allegations?
No. I didn't say anything.
Their combined elo is 2599.4. They barely would have not gotten accepted. That's crazy.
That's crazy. It's almost like to a T. Anyway, so Wacky Race, they're going to be entering this set. Okay, guys, stop it. Shut up. These guys are awful. Anyway, yeah, Wacky Race, they're entering this split 6 off the back of last season as the finalists. And I see Dutch mentioning in the chat, Wacky Race overperformed. I completely agree with you, because honestly, I think if it wasn't for a certain Voldemort-like individual, I actually do believe Vitagen would have made it to the finals. They were just... What?
The comparison.
Someone's got to say it. I actually think if it wasn't for internal issues, Vitagen were just individually way better than Wacky Wraiths. Wacky Wraiths just beat them on the team gameplay aspect. I even think Blazing Pandas were better than Wacky Wraiths, but Blazing Pandas were too busy focusing on raids or whatnot. So, happens. Yeah, because they beat them the first series, then World of Warcraft Classic, like that's when everyone got into it, and then they lost against them in the second series. So
I mean, you never know when the next expansion drops, right?
So shit, true.
It's over for those players again.
True.
Wait,
they're
on
our team now. Well, to be fair, I think we had players that were part of that, but I don't know. Apparently, we were fine. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah. Wacky Wraith's gonna have that prep. A lot of the teams, they're gonna start on square one. Like, even Gucci Yin, we've got existing players, the core is generally the same, but you have new additions to that team, and you're gonna have to start from square one. Whereas Wacky Wraiths, they've already got the practice, they played a whole split as a team, they're gonna go into this split with much further ahead of the pack than everyone else. Well, other than Primordials, but...
I think they absolutely start with I think they just have a head start. I think compared to everybody else, and to their credit, like I think a lot of people say that they overperform, but I think a lot of people also said all split that they see very clearly what Wacky Rates tries to do, but they got away with it anyway. So let's see where that ends up in this split. They were not actually the highest elo because there's one team higher, and I want to jump to that one. It's a new team, but with some returning faces. It's Dangerous Game. I'm not sure if I can even recognize the logo here. I don't have the logo in my notes, but
Wait,
that is a team that with a combined elo of 2599.8.
is it?
So
That's mad.
these guys have a PhD in math, I think. Uh, the players on this are at least our starting lineup is Shy City, I Play You Listen, Oppression, Svullo, and Lurks.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Got it. I think I don't know too much about this team. This oppression guy looks pretty fucking good on his account. He's got a diverse champion pool. I've seen Ezreal there. I'm personally actually a really big fan of this team. Not having known too much about the individual players, but I recognize I Play You Listen from last season. I recognize Lurgs, obviously. I've just opened the OpenWG. They look decent, so but yeah, I don't know enough about them, so.
Yeah, overall, I'm usually favoriting the returning teams. I think, what is it? Last newcomer to win the SLA title was Gucci in season 2, and that's like a long time ago by now.
You count that
So
the second
usually
season.
it's usually it's a team to win the SLA is a returning team, but there's always at least one team to kind of make waves and make a lot of noise. Last season it was of course Rebel Lynx. Before it was maybe some teams like Dolly 5. Then before Black Manta went all the way to the finals. And I think Dangerous Game here might be the team to do so. So I absolutely agree. They also have I think Avers was playing last season as well. I think he was a top laner if I remember correctly. Lurgs, the annual SLE MVP frontrunner, of course. And this team is stacked, and they did the math for real.
Yeah, I agree. And well, I mean, it kind of leads on nicely into this next segment, right, Alvin?
I think we can talk about some more teams here, actually.
Oh,
If you want to rush it yet,
sure.
we have plenty more teams to mention, actually. But yeah, maybe we can make some speed if you want to get into that next segment for sure.
Yeah.
Let's the 3 lowest ranked teams here are Ragnarok, Primordials, Dog, Crimson Flame. So 2 returning teams and 1 new one. I'm surprised Primordials is back. Credit to them, because I don't think they had a good split last
I
time.
love Primordials.
But yeah,
Same.
They're
also
honestly.
back.
Huh?
Go ahead.
Nah,
Go ahead, Erin.
honestly, Primordials. If there was an award for like the People's Champion, I would give it to them.
Oh, for sure.
That
They
is an
instantly
award.
get a participation trophy for me.
I mean,
there is the People's Champion Award.
Yeah, unfortunately, the actual
They didn't win it.
Unfortunately, the championship that they're actually playing for, I don't think they will win. But yeah, I love Primordials. They're a great team, great people. I think they're running the exact same roster, but are they doing role changes or something? I'm not sure.
No, it's literally the exact same roster.
Okay.
Wait, is Alefeld playing as well? Is he Fenrir?
Oh, wait, no. Okay, one player changed it. I think the support changed. It's Fenrin's support. Alefeld was support before, maybe.
Yeah.
And I have to say, Alefeld was always their best player. So
Ouch.
a team that went 0-18 last season has downgraded, and I mean. It's a bit of hurts a bit, I would say, but I hope they have more experience on the roles that they are playing right now.
It's
And
the same player. Okay.
Oh,
it is Alefeld.
It's the
Fenrin
same
is
player.
Alefeld.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, geez. okay.
Okay. They got their best player then.
yeah, they have their star player, and he was also trying out for good cheese, so he almost made one of our teams as well.
Yeah,
So yeah, but you mentioned all those 3 teams, and I truly believe that one of those teams is not like the other ones, and that is Ragnarok. I would say they are kind of a dark horse for the tournament. They did surprisingly good last season, and they're bringing the same roster back again. And I think last time they went like 9th in the regular season. And all of these players, when I see their names, of course, they're not like big solo queue talents, but from like they pass the eye test, right? Whenever I see them play, they are such a good team. Ragnarok, Just Ryan is an absolute star. Same goes for Kraken, and Squirrel is one of the best top laners we have in the league, right? So even though they're low rated in solo queue, dangerous squad to face.
I think they're officially the lowest rated average elo team, but I think if you are going to compare the elo ranking and their final ranking, I think they might be the highest jump from the bottom, even though they're supposed to be on paper the lowest rated team. I think this team actually has some potential to breaking into the top half of the league. I don't think they're going to take it all the way, but I think they can definitely do some damage and even surprise with some upsets.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And I don't have that much to say about some of the new joining teams with a completely new rosters. I'm just excited to have them here. Every single team that joins this league freshly always bring new memes and new personalities. So it's a pleasure to see. And I'm even more excited about teams that are returning, like the Silver Phoenix, Solaris Eris. Always love to see teams giving it another shot and see how the experience has changed their approach. Even though I don't think they're necessarily contenders for the title.
Yeah, so I think you're looking here at teams like Infernal, Wolves B, completely new lineup. Never seen any of these players. Beachfish, Woof, Grubbers. I don't know how to pronounce this. Surby, Glacial, Sorby, Surby. That must be like a Nordic letter. I don't know. And yeah, Dog Crimson Flame, right? So I think I don't really have a lot to say about these teams. There's also another new one that I do think is worth talking maybe a little bit more about. Is the Shaku Bantu, new team, very high elo. They've definitely also had to check up on the math. They have a more lower ranked mid laner, but maybe maybe he wants to go into the direction or wants to give a similar performance to Kim Jensen, like famously a little lower ranked on solo queue, but a very well good performing player. And then this might actually be a very dangerous team, considering that the rest of the team members are of good elo. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know personally enough about some of the new teams, but you mentioned Mishi Darko. I personally don't have the best opinion of that guy. But I'm hopeful, of course, as always.
Yeah, as a closing thought, they are actually historically very close. It's kind of CCG Little Rampage returning with McLaren's and Michi D, and I think I saw another player of that squad. Gucci used to be the academy team of this roster, basically. That's CCG Little Rampage.
Yeah.
But that being said, I think we can move on to the next segment.
Yes, let's definitely do that. Where we will just do a quick. I think we overran a little bit on that last one. We're going to quickly rank who we think is our top 5. And I want us to, obviously, we're going to be biased, right? Let's not rate the Gucci teams. Let's just leave this strictly for any teams outside of Gucci. So, yeah.
So we're doing the top 5, or are we doing the tier list? Because I see like
top 5. Just top 5.
Okay, top 5.
One team in every tier.
Yes.
Okay. Where shall we start? Do we just propose?
Who's number 1? Who do you think number 1 is?
All right, let's start with the wacky raids, guys. Wacky raids. Are they ST? Are they the number 1? Returning finalists, same roster.
So I think
this is a projection for the entire split, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's hard not to put. If you don't put them first, I think you have to put them second.
I actually think I don't know. Like, listen, I respect that Wacky Race got to the finals, but as you mentioned there, they got to the finals in the most insane circumstances possible. They were just allowed to do what they were allowed to do, and if you look at who they beat to get to the finals, they were up against the Vitagen that were like internally dysfunctional, and their mid laner was racist and sexist, right? They were up against a Blazing Pandas team that were too busy focusing on raids, and then of course the finals was close. The finals was very, very close, and it was a very respectable effort. But realistically, I just on paper don't think they are as good as people think. And for me, I'm gonna actually vote for Vitagen as number 1.
Which one?
The one with Dutch on it.
The one with Dutch. Yeah, Vitagen
Pearl.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's my favorite version as well. Some people have a big argument for Platinum because it's the combine of Diamond and Pearl, which is like created version. But I'm on the board with Pearl here.
Oh my god, that is funny. Yeah, so are we all in agreement that Vitagen, Platinum, whatever, is our vote for the best team in the league outside of good G teams. Of course.
I think that is second first to give it for Wacky Raids first, but if you guys both are going for
Yeah,
Pearl, then for sure.
yeah.
I can live with this. I can live with this. Yeah, but I would say I don't want to give Elrat PTSD, but we just might rank him second place again.
Oh gosh.
I think you have to put Wacky Raids top 2.
Obviously, I do think Wacky Race.
Then by default.
I do think Wacky Raid sits in the top 2. Obviously, like they did get finals. I just didn't think like individually they were good enough to be like for me to give them the vote for the best team in the league. But if we're talking about second place, then that is a placing that I am happy to give them. So I'm gonna put them in. Oh, we are gonna put them in second. So Vitagen, Wacky Wraiths, and what's our shout out then for third?
Ooh, third. I think there's like so. I think Vitagen Pearl is definitely one of the contenders. Eternal Blizzard, I got my eye on. I think Assassins and Greed. We haven't talked about them yet, but have some returning players. High elo overall.
Yeah.
What would your first guess be?
Honestly, for me, I was for the third place. I was stuck between Eternal Blizzard and what you call it, and the Vitagen Diamond. It was these two, but I just think with Vitagen Diamond, individually, taking a look at them, like they have a lot more. How do you say? Reliability than Eternal Blizzard. Like,
yes,
I think we take a look at Jonathan Isaac, for example. He like when it comes to reliable junglers, he is basically if he's not at the top of your list, he's near the top of your list. Okay. And then Jesse, this guy has hit finals. Josiah is essentially the non-German version of Elrat. He like this guy. He's always at the finals. He just doesn't really win them, but he's always there. So he's got to be there. I just think. You take a look at Shikiorin, for example. Like, don't get me wrong, star player, but he does also have that tendency to be the only reason that a team loses and gets knocked out of a playoff series. So, I think for me, my vote for third place goes to Vitagen Diamond. Any counter arguments?
When going into the split, I was actually thinking about which is the better Vitagen team. So I would agree. I would put Vitagen on B, Vitagen Diamond on B. But I think it's still yet to be concluded, of course, during split, which is the better Vitagen team. And I'm really excited to see Diamond's Shipex rejoin SLE.
Oh, yeah.
That guy is so good on ADC.
They have Shipex, yeah. Oh, dude, that guy is so insane. I honestly think Shipex, like, mechanically, is one of the best AD carries I've seen in the SLE. So, really, really big.
Is there any argument for a team where we don't know the players yet?
Sure.
What's
the argument?
I see DVN Infinity there, and they have the highest elo mid laner with a guy who almost had too much elo in mid lane. Maybe that's a story we've heard before, and that didn't end so nicely. But at the same time, I mean, Sovonix, I think, how important is a mid lane for the SLE to have a consistently well-performing, stable guy there in the middle of the rift?
Honestly, I think I do not have the best opinion of SLE mid laners. I think a lot of the, like, you take a look at Diwaz, for example, this guy's 250 LP, which is why, I probably want to watch this guy. I mean, I'm looking at his account. He plays loads of different styles, but, he is... Let it be known, he's stuck D2. He's Diamond 1.
Right now, but he had a master peak. I think that's
no. I was reading Twitch chat. GG is good for now. Yeah, that's not really how being hard stuck works. Because climbing is the anyway. Yeah, he looks pretty good, but yeah, elo wise, that's not enough for you to really be good. Like, take a look. I mean, Kim Jensen's such a good example. This guy, in my opinion, fundamentally is as good as you're gonna get. for SLE mid laners. But elo wise, he's as bad as you can get for SLE mid laners, right? so it's like you can't really take a look at someone's account and be like, that is the like. I hit masters and I'm fucking dog shit, right? For example, so I think like you can't necessarily just look at elo and be like, this is the make or break of a player. So yeah.
I mean, my point is like, I think if there's one guy you want to build around, I think it's more often a mid laner than any other role, because if he has the knowledge, he can carry a team. And I think all across the board they have like decent elo players, right? And nobody really going really low. And I think
Yeah.
that's one of the problems I have with Fiddick and Diamond. Their top laner is maybe one of the lowest players in the entire league, actually, almost. And I think there's only so much you can go down in the top lane. I think you can put him on tank duty for sure, but then you have some really good top laners in this league that I think can absolutely exploit that. And if you're permanently playing 4v5, you just can't play through your AD carry because you're just getting blown out of the water in the rest of the map. And that's what I'm scared of, because I think a mid laner with a good mid lane presence, he can assist every other side lane and take over the entire map. And I think that's why I think maybe this team can do some damage. Even though I haven't seen any of these players play yet, I think that's like a team I'm willing to put on some money that they might actually contest to be in the top 5.
No, honestly, I agree. I'm taking a look at their account. This guy, he peaked Masters. The rest of his team peaked Diamond. So it's Masters and a full Diamond team, which is like, elo wise, it's crazy. They are literally sitting at like amongst the top of the league in that sense. So, yeah, no, good shout out. Well, do you want to add them to the top 5?
If you
I
guys
don't think so.
agree with my reasoning, then yes. Otherwise, then
Make
leave
us
it off.
Nah,
Make us
we
disagree.
haven't seen them on the Rift. Come on,
You were
guys.
biased towards known teams, right?
We cannot put like a team that we even haven't even seen in the top 5. Yes, they have the highest rated player in the league in there, and I think from mid lane, I think he can carry a lot of these games, because I think the mid lane talent pool is not as big as in other roles. I think this is actually the season of top lane. I think looking at some of these top laners, they have so many good players up there. But for me, a team that just doesn't get mentioned kind of because they had a pretty poor last split is Snakeback at the season 4 regular season winners. And I would say during the regular season, this team is absolutely dangerous, especially if they will have their full roster playing most of these games, because last time they didn't have their jungler for half of the season, if I remember correctly. And yeah, they had a lot of struggles, and I think this team can just group up and play their style. They are the best. They can be the best Sanctuary team still.
Yeah. No. I do not
Fair
rate,
enough.
I do not rate Snapback. They have a very boring playstyle in my opinion. I just like they sort of just sit there, wait, and then I think they came in strong. Don't get me wrong, but they got found out pretty quickly. And it's similar to Wacky Wraiths, as like once you find their weakness, that's basically it for them. And talking about rankings here, we put Wacky Wraiths above Vitage and Diamond, but don't get me wrong, if Vitage and Diamond, like, they have players that can figure out a team, if they figure out Wacky Wraiths, I can so imagine Wacky Wraiths just becoming like one of the worst teams in the league. Like, once people figure this Wacky Wraiths roster out, they will like sink right to the bottom. And I agree with what Sench is saying in the Twitch chat. The meta right now does not favor Wacky Wraiths at all. And like K's Maze, for example, he meta
also
wise
just said that Volley Bear is good now, and he literally just got buffed, and that's the second most played champion from Kazme. So
yeah, I mean K's Maze, he's fine, but what about the rest of the team? I think the jungle was gonna have issues. I think bot lane even are gonna have issues. Like I don't even know what Vayne does right now, and outside of Vayne, I don't know what Butner is good at. Like, he's an okay Sivir, but most AD carries he just frontlines anyway, right? And we've seen games we've seen games lost by Wacky Wraiths just because like Butner thinks he's playing Malphite. So I think that's a massive issue. And against teams like these two Vitagen squads, for example, they're just going to get punished. They're just going to get completely blown out the water.
So are we just downgrading Wacky Waits randomly?
No, we're putting them there.
Yeah,
No. I'm just saying. I don't want to. I'm just saying this like one-dimensional style that a lot of these, funnily enough, sanctuary teams like to adopt. It's just not good. Like it will get you to a high placing or a decent performing, spot. But like you look at like Manta Cup, you look at SLE, they just don't win. These one-dimensional teams, they don't win. It is like what it is, kind of thing. Like I think we put them there out of like respect for climbing to the SLA finals and getting there and putting in a good fight at the finals. But I just think come week 7 of the SLE, and I don't think they will be in anyone's lips for a contender for the league.
Yeah, okay.
How will we decide those other 3 spots then? Maybe we should just throw up some teams and then just see how we think they compare, and then just decide.
I
think do that.
I think I'm gonna force this, and I'm gonna wait for any disagreements. That the number 4 spot has to be Eternal Blizzard here.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like they have Loco. I think just the sole reason for having Loco is gonna bring them into the caliber of the top 5. This guy, he's the only player in the entire league to have won it on 2 separate teams. This can't be underestimated. This can't be disrespected, and you have to add them. No, it's not C tier. Gosh. Alright. Sench, you're such an idiot. It's
This is gonna be a screenshot.
There's literally a title saying ranking our top 5. Oh gosh. Okay, there we go. I think they're my 4th.
Screenshot quick.
Fucking Sench. It's not this guy, man. No, I'm joking. Yeah, Eternal Blizzard is gonna get my vote, and let's move on quickly because it's taking a while, boys. What?
Just wanna add one cookie to the jar. If Loco wins this split, is he the SLE GOAT?
Yes, I agree.
Yes.
No, he is like straight up.
3 different teams, the
3
best support
different
that we have
teams.
had here. Maybe Viggy's contender as well for that one, right?
Well,
but he's been amazing.
So there's three players, right? So Shikioru, Josiah, and Elrat. Whichever player can get these 3 to win the SLE title is instantly the GOAT, because it seems impossible for those guys.
Whoa. That's a backhand comment.
No, I'm joking. It's a joke. Oh my god! It's because they've all gotten to finals and they can't win it. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I agree. No. Honestly.
The only thing I want to say on the Eternal Blizzard placement is that like 4th is for me like a weird spot, because to me this team is either like one of the best in the league, or it just falls apart.
Crumbles.
They're not even in the top 5.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have to. I think you have to put them on these 5 lists, and then like we have one more spot left. I just name like 3 teams and let's see whatever sticks there. But like
Sure.
Assassins and Greed, Dangerous Game, the highest elo one. I guess Snackback and Black Flag Sailors.
You know what?
I would say Black Flag Sailors instantly out. It's a team I don't believe in right now.
No, Black Flag Sailors is definitely not in our top 5.
Okay.
You know, I'm all for jokes, but that is too far.
What the hell?
There are jokes that even Sovonix will not make.
Don't get me wrong, I love banter, but sometimes
Okay.
sometimes
Not
even
Black Flag Sailors?
sometimes even banter has its limits. Okay, let's be realistic.
Let's give it to a new team. Actually, let's not be fully biased to returning teams.
You
Let's
know,
give it to one new, the best new team. I mean,
you know,
what
I think-
are we looking at?
I think what Assassins and Greed. I like their logo. Look, everyone, this is their logo. Can we add them in the top 5 just because of logo?
I mean, actually, I think you can make a case.
That's AI
for a
generated.
really good
That's
team.
AI generated. Though.
I think they have maybe and Turbo Bubble.
Oh. Okay, so let's change that then. Who are we putting in instead?
I would say Ragnarok. Actually, I'm standing with Ragnarok. I just said that.
Get out
new
of here!
team.
What is that take? That is an awful suggestion. I'm not even. No.
Yeah, actually, it's a terrible suggestion.
Ragnarok.
Yeah,
No, they're a
not
cool
bad.
team, but they're not top 5. Like, come on.
I'm
Yeah,
so
but I thought
happy
we
that
were
they
talking about
upgraded.
logos. They upgraded a lot.
Yeah, the logo is a huge upgrade.
Alright,
Before it was
okay.
absolutely dreadful.
Algren wins. It's gonna be the high elo team. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
I
Actually,
would have
I'm fine
actually
with that.
put on Assassin's Creed, but fine. No, this is. I think that they have a good chance here as well. Actually.
No, the dangerous game.
Yeah.
All right. No,
Dangerous
okay.
game.
Then we've got our top.
This is
Our
our
top
top five. Screenshot it. Good Chi predicts top 5 without Good Chi. Put Slim Mods Banner X is coming for the monies this time. Sench, top lane doesn't matter. How many times do I'm joking. I'm joking. But we have our. Oh, actually, hang on, I didn't ping them. We have our next segment where we will be chatting to 2 absolute legends of the game. I'm trying to find them.
I think there's 2 members ready in VC already, so I think we can start with Gucci Yang.
You want to start with Yang? All right, we can start with Yang.
These players are sitting here in general chat, patiently waiting to join our VC. Maybe the other guys are sitting in another VC that I cannot see.
Yeah. We
Very
can.
well possible.
Yeah,
But let's start with Yang. You can pull them in as well. Gucci going to defend our honor. Lost Murderer in the top lane, starting back at jungle. Yeah, that's really confusing. But that's Rebreathe back in the mid lane. Also, the old mid laner from Yang, so he's returning here. We've got TBMZ, 80 carry, bot lane, whatever you want to call it, and then Maple in support. And in VC, you can see these 2 lovely gentlemen, Lost Murderetto and TBMZ, have joined us. How are you guys?
Doing good.
Right? Amazing.
Woohoo! Golf team! Woo!
Full energy.
Excitement is still a little. It's coming up, I guess. But hopefully you've been enjoying the podcast so far. We're trying our best out here. But
I know
yeah.
we believe, but what's the thing that not a single Gucci team was listed?
No, we were.
So
Well, no. We were trying
Save
not
the
to be
best for
biased.
last.
We were trying not to be
Okay.
biased. Of course.
So you want us to get flabbergasted to overperform?
No.
True.
It's just the we've been big victims of talking highly of our players, and then the whole league would be like, look at these biased fucking bastards. And so we're like, you know what, let's not go down that road this time.
No,
We are definitely unbiased.
What I wanted to say is pretty much you're trying to beat us down so we get higher and better.
Sure, yes.
Prove you wrong.
I'm-
Prove you wrong.
I'm Asian, so we'll take that.
it's the carrot and stick without the carrot, you know.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But yeah, we have questions for you 2 because I mean, Lost Murderata, you're an existing Gucci player transitioning into Yang. TBMZ, you are a brand new face around here. I want to ask you too. I mean, Lost, you know the SLE, you came from Revel Links. What are your learnings from last split that you want to take into this split? And for Tom, what are you looking forward to the most about competing in a league like this? I guess, Lost, you can go first.
What I learned. I mean, it's easy. Just ban
Okay.
Volibear, please. You just gotta know to ban Volibear, and it's fine. No.
True.
Yeah, I have a personal issue with one team. Definitely that's on my
Name
sides
them.
for the next season.
What's
We
the?
all know the
What's the
German,
team?
the Germans,
Oh yeah.
But Wacky
the
Reds.
wacky Braids, the team
Oh,
who
he
will
has a
not get,
vendetta.
the team that will not get past the quarterfinals this time. I won't allow. But overall, I think it's a league of front to back gamers. Like just draft better.
It genuinely is. And yeah,
That's all you can learn from it. Like
yeah.
except in the individual stuff. Like
Yeah. And what about you, Tom? What are you feeling going into a new league?
I mean, it is a new league for me, that's true, but it's not my first one. Looking that I competed for the last like 3-4 splits in Prime League, the 5 and 4, depending. So I'm not new to competitions when it comes to that. It's new teams. From the names you named, some of them rang a bell for me. So either I remember the players from somewhere, or I scrimmed them at one point. For example, I think the Crimson player, I actually know the whole roster of them.
Mhm.
And we'll see.
Awesome.
Yeah, have you taken the moment already to look through the lineups in the OPWGs
No.
already?
No, I didn't.
Okay, yeah. So you don't know.
I have taken
you
my time.
know any ADCs in this league?
I didn't I literally came like it was the problem for me was I was a bit short on time, so I didn't have time because of work as well.
That's completely fine.
So like, when could I check it? I could check it now. Just
Yeah.
Ryan, I know that guy. I
Okay.
at one point played with him, well, because I played also top lane and played against him as AD carry. So
I feel like
That's-
everyone knows just Ryan somehow.
I think because I think he bounced between like 5-6 different teams, if I recall correctly. So that's probably why.
Yeah. Sorry, I accidentally played a
I see
video
that.
sent to me, and it just started making
Okay.
noise. And I was like, "Fuck me!"
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. But no,
Okay.
it's cool to hear you guys. I'm sure my co-hosts have follow-up questions.
Yeah, no. For Lost Murder, we haven't actually had the time to talk about that other team out there, but it's your old team has rebranded and turned into Link's Dream, and yeah, your housemate is in that team now. You already beat her in the
Whoa,
Manta Cup.
that's whoa.
Well, okay,
Sure.
not in
Whoa,
that
whoa,
sense.
whoa,
You
whoa,
beat her
whoa.
in the match.
What the hell?
Whoa,
Okay,
choice
okay.
choice
Calm
of
down,
word,
calm
choice
down.
of words here. Choice of words.
Careful.
But yeah, how are you going to avoid sleeping on the couch when you're having to face up against Link's Dream? Because Grellis was your girlfriend, am I correct?
Ew.
Yes, you are correct. She currently still is. We will see after the start of the SLE for her if I'm allowed to stay as her boyfriend.
She
Or
mean after.
will I get the couch duty? Who knows? I guess if you see Los Murderetta TPing bot lane on 10 minutes and trying to dive 1v2, we just say that you just have to understand it. No one question it. It's
so,
fine.
hey, so that game we were just playing without you. We're accepting the 45.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
win
there is
trade.
no
We
question.
accept the win trade.
You accept the win trade.
Well, you have to pay us good then.
Yeah.
Oh
Under the
yeah,
table.
don't worry, don't worry.
See, if you're a real sweetheart, you would flash into a spell that she whiffed and go like,
Flash.
"Oh my god, she predicted me. She's so
Yeah.
good at the video game."
Yeah, you know the story is like she wanted to 1v1 me at the Manta Cup, and then we were doing the 1v1. I was almost dying to the Ignite and Tower,
Oh,
and then
I still think you could have
then
won it, but you were too
Chessie,
scared.
yeah, and then Chessie shielded me, and she got really mad about it. So
No, but that's pretty crazy. Are you like sitting next to each other when you're playing?
yeah, back to back.
Yeah, everybody.
Oh
can
my
hear
god,
it.
that's
Everybody
crazy.
We
What?
are
So there's
literally
clean peeking.
yeah. That's the thing. Like everybody who's in the voice can hear the other one more than we can hear each other. Like
oh,
my team can hear her more than I can hear her, and the vice versa. Like
that's hilarious.
so
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
Speaks
So
Estonian, so we couldn't really use it.
yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean,
So
no,
no.
we had two
Can.
Estonians on the team. We could use it.
All right,
Like
right.
we had Yasa,
Yeah.
in Manta. So yeah. No,
So you can like say,
gonna be fun.
yeah, you can go like, let's sneak a baron, and then they like
Oh,
go
yeah.
for it
Yeah.
instantly. Like move around the map, but you're actually not sneaking the baron. You're sneaking the dragon.
Yeah, it's gonna be mind
We're
games.
We're just ending the game.
Yeah.
It's gonna be some level of mind games, and also like playing against my old organization and stuff. Like it's
Nice, yeah.
there's gonna be emotion in that game. Let's say like this.
Personal. That was
Yeah.
a personal game, so to
Yeah.
speak.
And I want to ask about your team, Los Minoretta. You're pairing up once again with your solo lane partner in from Manta Cup Rebreathe. What are your hopes for this for your squad, and who you think your individual strengths are gonna be?
So regarding the rebreed, like when the SLE teams started searching, I had a really strong wish to play with rebreed once again.
Hmm.
I really liked him. I think he's probably the best mid lane that will be in the SLE. We will see. A little bit
Ooh.
is decided by the meta, because last year's meta really, like the last split meta, really suit him.
Mhm.
This year champions are a little bit different. He's still finding his footing, but I think he's still like his gameplay is just a lot higher than his rank.
Yeah.
Overall, the team, I think like I'm not gonna be toxic towards my team, you know. For sure, I think Rebreed will carry. I think we have a good bot lane. I'm not so sure about the Paka yet. Like he's a newly transitioned player
Mhm.
to jungle. I've seen him play now multiple times. He's a lot better than somebody would expect from a freshly role swapped player.
Yeah. Well, you know me. I think all junglers are bad at the game, so you
Yeah,
automatically.
true. I'm a top laner, you know.
Yeah.
But there is the thing. There is the thing. Like why I like Paka in jungle. Like when we were searching for junglers, we tried out Paka. At the time, our average was too high with the Flay,
Yeah.
so we couldn't use him. But I told Flay like I really like Paka.
Because he.
If we could
Everybody
get him.
loves Baka.
Yeah.
No. You don't get it. Paka's a top lane main.
Yeah. Okay.
He knows that top lane exists. He hasn't blocked it off the map. He hasn't
It's to
blocked it
be
off the map.
ignored.
Pretty
He
much-
knows.
Pretty much every single guy just tapes the map over Grubs,
Yeah.
and then there's nothing
Yeah,
to see upwards.
I played with Pekka today in solo queue, and he ganked the top lane 3 times in 10 minutes, and
Yeah.
I think it was more than I have gotten in the last 2 years. So yeah, I think overall the team is it's quite strong. There are definitely, I'm not gonna lie, teams that on paper seem a lot stronger, but I like our odds.
Yeah.
I can ask one more question. I see a very fun one in the chat there. Sange asking who's gonna get the first penta of the Gucci Yang squad, and I think we all know that it's always going to the AD carry, right? Because they're obviously the best
course.
player in the team every single time, right? So
It doesn't have to be.
TBMZ, if you're gonna get your penta, what champion will it be?
Probably Callista.
Okay,
It's probably Callista, Draven, or even Zeri. I would say one of those three.
okay, three options. I'm excited to see it happen on all three then.
Well, that's a bet.
I'm
Depending.
pretty sure the mid lane will get the first penta because support will steer ADC's penta.
All right, true. That's actually you don't
Well,
you only get
the
quadras.
question is, how do you steal a kill from Callista or a Draven?
Watch me.
I mean, Callista literally has a 1.2k execute.
I see where those Malphite ults are gonna go. Like,
Yep.
just
This-
TP
this-
in
this-
after the quadras happen.
This 3 HP Lulu will be mine.
No. Pretty much, Paka just Malphite ults me instead of the enemy.
True.
It will be
Just in
it will become the meme of the 10-man sleep. That's speaking it in well in
10-man
the
sleep, yeah.
TSM.
You know, that's why I play Tam Genshin, the top lane. I will just eat my AD carry so he can kill the last enemy, and I will kill it.
The thing is, I can instantly jump out. You're forgetting that I
Nah.
control the jump out, not you.
There's a lockout.
I know,
There
but
is
it's
a
not
small
that long.
And with that, I think we can close out the segment on Yang. If you have any closing thoughts, TBMZ or Los Mordreto, the mic is yours. Yeah.
Nah,
I
not
mean,
really.
Okay, guys, thank
good
you,
luck
thank
to
you.
everyone, and I hope that we ain't losing our support.
Excited to see you guys on the Rift, and as well, I'm super excited to see the Yin boys as well. We have Kim Jensen, the returning SLE champion, gonna be joining us, as well as a face that you would have never expected to see in Gucci's jersey, Danix. How are you guys? Yo.
I'm humbly doing very good. What about you?
We're humbly fine.
Okay. Yeah, the Yin boys are here. I guess.
Oh my god, you put the wrong flag.
Wait, what? You're Serbian.
No,
he's not Slovenian.
Oh shit.
Oh no!
Wait, is that wait?
Oh, quick fix.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh no! Wait!
Yes.
Wait! Is that the wrong flag? No, that's the right. Oh shit! That's the wrong flag. Bro,
I think they even like don't really like each other. I think like historically.
Don't take this personal. It's nothing personal, okay? Shit. Same
He was
image.
distracted by this new
Guy-
picture.
yeah.
Just couldn't take his eyes off of it.
Man, I just wanna say, if you ever want a different nationality, Gucci's got you covered.
3 green cards.
Yeah. Anyway, what up, guys? Well, welcome to the Gucci cast, the DUPOGCAST. You guys are representing Gucci Yin, Kim Jensen, the returning champ. How does it feel to be back? And well, I mean, you kind of put yourself on the market as looking for team, but you decided to return home to the boys. What was it that made you decide to stay put in Gucci?
More. I got more handshakes in the contract.
Oh, yeah, oh yeah, of course. Silly me. What a silly question. Yeah.
You also
And you
told me you
get the
got more
jersey.
milk, right?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of milk.
Milk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a story I don't know anything about.
That's not one for Twitch chat. No.
Okay.
It's a very humble story. It's a very
Yeah, it's a
humble
humble
story.
one.
Sounds humble. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Was that it? Milk and handshakes.
No, don't put those two together.
Oh my god.
That's a bad image.
Damn, he figured it out. Shit.
you know like yearbooks and then like the name and like a statement. You just imagine Kim Jensen's like, Kim Jensen, I'm here for the milk and the handshakes.
Yeah, say it in that order rather than the other order.
Yeah. And then obviously Sovonix. Well, Mikus, I'm going to throw over to you here because we've got a bit of a history with this fella, and he's now representing us.
I mean, yeah, we share some history, some matchups against each other. Not even on a Rift, but mostly in the Discord chat logs and stuff like that. How does it feel to actually be part of the Gucci now, a team that actually has an anti-toxicity rule based named after you?
Well, you know, I very humbly dropped my my old ways, and now I only type with 50 words per minute. So
Nice.
I think it's fine. I can't be toxic fast enough, you know.
Yeah.
All right. I'll have another question, but I think we can go through the other ones before that.
Yeah, Algren, go for it.
Yeah, I mean, while we're with Sovonix, how was it to say goodbye to Lurks? I think you've been playing with him for a long time, and now you're going with a new support. How is that transition going to go for you?
Oh, I haven't felt better. Like,
Oh my god.
no, but like honestly, after playing with Lyrics for a year, it's like a breath of fresh air to just play with someone else. Like, doesn't matter what type of player or anything. It's just like a different experience, you know. Because at some point it gets stale, and then listening to Lyrics sing every time you're losing, you know. Because unlike Spotify, you know, I can't just mute him. I mean, I could, but then
Oh my
maybe
god.
he says something useful in the other like when he's not singing, you know,
Yeah.
for
What
an
was
ad break.
what was Lurks' go-to losing song?
Oh, honestly, it just depends on the day. Like sometimes he was feeling some, you know, like 80s pop. Then the other days he could maybe even sing some Taylor Swift. You know, it depends. But he is a self-proclaimed Swiftie.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
I'm a Swiftie.
Honestly,
Rise
I'm
up.
not surprised you want to get away from that, but
Hey yo.
that's,
Why are you hating on
not for everybody. Okay, it's not for everybody.
No, I love Lurks. I love Lurks.
Yeah.
You know, it takes people some time to really get to play with him.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
can imagine that being the case.
Yeah, because you know, after tryouts and you get in a team with him, you're kind of stuck there, you know, so you kind of have to play with him.
Yeah. Well, I have a question as well for you, Sovonix. You are amongst that group of players in the SLE of some of the greatest individual players, but have just never managed to claim a trophy. Is this gonna be, in your opinion, your best chance to win the SLE?
Well, you know, me and Kim were just talking about this and how we're humble this split, you know.
Stay humble.
So-
Stay humble.
we're very humble. You know, we know the on paper. It's, at least personally for me, it's probably one of the best rosters I've ever played in. But humbly, we're aiming for a humble top 24 finish. Like we're somewhere in that mix, you know, preferably near the top, but very humbly finishing within that amount of teams.
That's reasonable goal.
That's a very humble statement from you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
While we're on that, then I guess you do have 4 veterans into this split, right? You got a new top laner for Gucci, Ruzu, who came originally from Yang, and we've got JL back in the jungle. Championship jungler, championship mid laner. Sovonix is there as well. No Star just
Oh
yet.
my god! Oh my god! That is unreal.
I probably have like championship with the most warnings in SLA. So
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, that's
that is something. Yeah.
But yeah, KJ, how will you carry the burden of championships on your shoulders this split?
It's muted.
Is that to me or Kim?
Kim?
I was talking to my girlfriend. Sorry, humble brag.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, just a
There
casual
we go.
flex. That
Oh,
is.
he got me.
Sorry, I really didn't hear what you said.
No. How are you gonna? You are one of the championship mid laners. You're coming back with your championship jungler JL. You got 4 veterans on the squads. How are you gonna carry that burden throughout the splits? Not being humble.
We're gonna stay humble, as a matter of fact, and we're aiming for at least a top 25 finish.
Oh, it got
Whoa.
better.
I'm a little more humble than Sovonix
Wow,
in case we
wow.
implode.
Wow.
I think as long as we stay humble and keep the egos in check, we should reach our goal.
Okay.
It is a hard goal to reach, but you know, it is within our grasp.
It is.
I really wish you guys the best in your top 25 mission here.
We might need another team for that top 25 finish though to join the league.
Yeah, of course.
Maybe.
Of course. Yeah.
So, Sovonix, we have in Gucci's history, we have had players like Jeff on AD carry, like Sheffer, Kanze, Savage, and even Mini. Do you think you have what it takes to fill the huge shoes of being a Gucci star AD carry?
Well, humbly, my shoe size is 46 Europe, so I could fit into quite a lot of shoes.
Oh my god.
Like, of the bigger variety. Or actually, no, it's the other way around. Yeah, it could be quite tough to fit into those shoes, but I'm humbly doing my best. You know, I'm practicing a lot. I play a lot of League, like 3 games per week, maybe.
How do you keep up with that tough schedule?
Oh, that tough schedule. Yeah, you know, so sometimes I go to work. That's usually every day.
Okay.
So then I usually come home and then I'm like, do I go out or do I want to play a game of League? And by the time I get prepared to play a game of League, I watch and procrastinate so much on YouTube that I'm like, I could just go sleep now and not play the game of League. So, you know, my schedule, I'm mentally playing League all the day, but then physically, it's situational.
Yeah. I know how it is.
Theory before practice, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm putting the scenarios through, you know. So when I get in, like I know what's gonna happen on paper. Then I skill check and die. But you know, that's something else.
I mean,
But the scenario was in my head.
You at least know that one scenario in 14,320,000.
Yeah.
That's gonna get you the dub, right? Yeah. And then step
Yeah.
1, it's the face palm.
Yeah, I got one of the other 13,999,000 scenarios.
Oh, it's like Doctor Strange kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly like that.
gotcha. Right. Well, I have one more question. I don't know if anyone else does, but is Gucci Yin going to renew their title this split?
We humbly admit
Someone's
that's
knocking
the
on
main
the door.
objective.
What?
No, there was no one knocking. There was someone cleaning my kitchen.
Oh damn! He's got personality.
He is very humbly flexing. He has maids as well.
Yeah. I mean, I have all that SSL price money. I had to use it on something.
Oh my god.
So yeah, this is
It
where
wasn't
you
even
focus,
prize money.
Alex.
He just came out, saw mate. He was like, "Hey, for one handshake, would you mind cleaning my apartment?"
he said, he said, "Yo, do you know who I am? I'm Kim Jensen. I've won the SLE."
It,
yeah,
it does get old,
Real,
mate.
real.
yeah, I can imagine. Any other questions, boys?
Yeah, I've been trying to get them to answer that same question you just asked, but they're still remaining very humble. Then I guess I can just ask you guys in humble statements, what are your closing thoughts for the upcoming splits? And
Wait,
anything you wanna make-
wait. I just thought of a question that they can't be humble with.
Sure.
Which of your SLE opponents do you see as your biggest threats?
We humbly think they're all equally as challenging.
Oh my god!
I knew
They're all pretty scary.
My
I knew it.
fucking god. They're
We
all
have to respect them and put in draft and prep time for every single opponent.
Because each team has its shining star.
Okay.
At least 5 minutes per team.
All right.
But that's during draft, the 5 minutes of draft. That's
Yeah,
when we
yeah,
do the prep.
Okay. Yeah, Algren, I guess go for it.
Yeah, yeah. Then, do you guys have any closing statements for the league, for the SLE, for your team?
Oh, this was about because we were humbly talking about scrim partners, but like for SLE, it's pretty easy, I think.
Oh my god.
All right, with that bombshell, I think we can close out this interview in our Gucci Yin segment. So glad to have you guys back. Thank you for joining us. And I think that's gonna be, correct me if I'm wrong here, Sovonix, I think that's our last segment
Yeah.
of today's podcast. And so I want to thank everybody for tuning in and all our guests joining in as well, obviously. So great to have this first podcast come out. Now we will be back next week. Still TBD what exact day we're gonna be coming back here. We were probably looking at creating a tier list. The first games will be played this weekend, I believe, on Saturday and Sunday. It's a double match week, so it's gonna be giving us some insight in these in all of these teams. There's still so many unknowns for us, so then I think we can make a little bit more in detail analysis in a tier list of these teams. So it's going to be very excited. I hope you guys want to tune in for that next week as well. So yeah, do you guys have any closing thoughts before we close it off here?
Yeah, this has been an awesome conversation. I've had a really good time. And yeah, as you see on your screen, next episode we will do a split 6 tier list. This will be after this week of games. We are, of course, looking to get guests to participate with us. So if anyone is interested to join a panel next episode where we will create our official DUPOGCAST split 6 tier list, hit Algren up and yeah, you can join along in the fun.
Any closing thoughts for you, Mikis?
Yeah, I'm just excited to have this split on the way, and Gucci has been absolutely on fire as a project. So yeah, love what we're doing here, guys, and yeah, and excited to invite some other of our rivals and friends in the podcast talk about it. I think we're gonna do the tier list like split between roles and stuff like that. So exciting times for Gucci and for SLE as well.
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. Then from our side, there's nothing left. That's it for our first episode of DUPOGCAST, the definitely unbiased podcast of Gucci and Storyline Talent. We will see you again next week, and let us know any feedback you have in any of the general chats, and come hang out in our Discord. Then bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.